Hi, Todd Pouliot, Gateway Financial. Appreciate you coming back for a series on flowcharts and checklists. Uh, Feel free to visit us at mygatewaymoney.com. Also hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell to be notified when we have new material here for you. So we've had the Great Resignation, and I wanted to kind of quickly talk about some of the things that are going on. We actually have a starting a new job bundle put together that includes 5 different checklists and flow charts. Today, I'm going to talk about just one. But what issues should I consider when starting a new job? What accounts should I consider if I want to save more? What issues should I consider if I get a promotion or a raise at work? Also, pay stub review is a big one. But today we're going to talk about something that's very important. Should I roll over my dormant traditional 401k? We get this a lot. It's just not because of the resignation, but people leave jobs, leave their 401k somewhere else, and we've got to go find those things that are out there and put them all back together. Having several accounts located throughout different companies can be very mentally taxing on a lot of people, and finding a way to put all those funds back together so you have a real good destination for all those funds is very important. Want to make sure you understand everybody's circumstances are different. That's why we have this flow chart that we're going to show you in a few minutes. But we want to talk about some common features between 401k features and differences between that and IRAs. NUA, net unrealized appreciation options. Big opportunity for some tax advantage planning there. Age-based distribution options, taxes and penalties in an IRA versus a 401k. The availability and existence of loans and the impact of a rollover that may cause, hardship withdrawals, and substantially equal periodic payments. So we're going to go ahead and, as we always do, share our screen to show you our flow chart here. And here we are. So again, just like we always do with these flow charts and checklists, this flow chart always has a starting point. After reviewing your summary plan description, commonly referred to as an SPD, look at your investment options, and are you satisfied that your plan is well managed and meeting your needs? Yes or no. These are very logic statements that we consider going through. If you don't like your investment options, or that's not meeting your needs, consider rolling into the 401k into an IRA, where you can have much more available options for you. On from there, now consider if any of these scenarios might apply to your situation. Do you want options to contribute to this account in the future? You can with an IRA. You can also, once you leave a company, not contribute to their 401k plan. Maybe you roll it to your new company, or if you've retired, obviously that would not be an option. If you are over the age of 59 and a half and you want income, distributions from a 401k or IRA are taxable as ordinary income, and there is no 10% penalty. Be cognizant of pulling out of those accounts prior to 59 and a half. Taxes are obviously the one thing that we talk about the most. So be cognizant if you're going to pay income tax at the specific rate. Also, paying an additional 10% might not be a good idea. So beware of cash flow issues. And the cash flows are obviously talked about in another flow chart. If you left your employer at the age of 55 or older, sometimes in public service, it's 50. You can consider leaving the assets in the 401k, and you may qualify for a separation of service distribution. Very important, as we're seeing a lot of the FIRE movement, or younger people are just considering separating employment and moving on to a second career. And when I say younger at 50, it's kind of funny to say that, because some people do want to separate from service and move on to another place. But distributions are taxable as ordinary income, but there is no 10% penalty. As we move through this workflow and flow chart here, be cognizant of the age 72. This is a new law that's been enacted with the Secure Act. There is some rumblings in Congress to possibly move this to age 75. So be cognizant of knowing what the RMD, or required minimum distributions, are and how to alleviate those. In my last video, we talked about Roth conversions that might be an option to help even lower those required minimum distribution amounts. And there's some other things you can do with charity contributions and so forth. There's some good tax advantage opportunities we can take there. So you could simply process by consolidating 401ks and IRAs. Be cognizant when you have 5 different 401ks out there, you do reach that RMD age, you do need to calculate those RMDs. If you have them at one custodian or one place, it makes those calculations very easy. When you have them in 5 different areas, your CPA is going to have to calculate each and every one of those RMDs from each and every one of those accounts, and that may cost you more money to do that. So be cognizant of those things. And then there's a nice little tool here that we don't use often, but it is a good planning tool. Substantially equal periodic payments. You may be able to elect a series of withdrawals from your 401k. Good thing to look at. Again, I don't see it enough, but we do see that it can become very good for a play on what you should do. Again, consider the options of everything you do. Rolling into an IRA distribution from an IRA are taxable as ordinary income and may be subject to a 10% penalty. Always be aware of these rules. Always be aware of these age gaps. Always be aware that there are differences between a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA and the 5-year clock rule. So dormant traditional 401k, roll over to an IRA, and at some point when it deems necessary, and again, every situation is different, take advantage of possibly a Roth conversion. It doesn't have to be the whole amount. If you have a $500,000 in a traditional 401k, taking all that income in 1 year may not be the best idea, but taking slivers and slices over time might be a better idea to reduce your tax burden. And also it'll help you start the 5-year clock. Roth IRA does not have any income tax when you take it on withdrawal, only when you're doing that conversion. So be cognizant of these situations that are up there. This was a flow chart that we just had updated in October 15th of 2021. Obviously, we try to update these annually as we go forward. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Again, Todd Pouliot from mygatewaymoney.com. Got some great contact information there for you. Hopefully you're enjoying the other videos that we have out there. We appreciate you being here. We're grateful that you're watching these videos, and we'll keep them coming as long as we keep getting those other questions. I will continue this series about job changing since it seems to be such a hot topic. We'll get those other 4 topics up, and just want to say we appreciate you. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, and we'll keep bringing these videos to you. Thanks. Have a great day.